again. So, what we got? We good? Looks like we send in a little data. Get this out of my face. Let's do this again. This is my first time getting into this situation. It's a little G Bush in a barber shop after dark. You know what it is, man. Looks like we got see what we got. We got Facebook. Facebook Live is popping. We got Twitch is popping. Periscope is jumping right now. YouTube is jumping right now. Everybody is moving right now. This don't even got no title. We just doing our thing right now. We moving. Yo, what's up, man? Yo, what up? Who we got over there? Angel, what's up, man? Hey, man, I appreciate you today, man. Legit, what up, man? What's good, man? We got everybody moving. How you doing? We moving around in here, man. Let me move this out my way, man. We got everybody moving around here, man. Yeah, man, G Bush After Dark. We doing the thing, man. Right here. It's looking good, man. This is the first time I'm actually doing this too, man. I've been wanting to go live for a minute. Shout out to everybody who's checking this out. I've been wanting to go live for a minute. I just didn't have the setup that I wanted to get, man. I was just like, man, I ain't had a setup like I want to, man. You got to have a lot of moving parts for this type of stuff. So I didn't have the setup I wanted to do. I had to get my microphone game together. You know, I had to get the ambiance together. And plus, you know, they'd be dropping and fading and different type of stuff. So I didn't have a lot of, a lot of the moving parts that I wanted to do to go live like I wanted to. And so, you know how I want to do it. If I want to do it, I want to do it big. So I didn't have an opportunity to really get my money off like I wanted to. So, you know, I wanted to just jump on here and try stuff out. So right now, if you catching me live, man, I'm on G Bush. I'm on Facebook Live. I'm on Twitch right now. I'm on Periscope for the first time right now. I'm on YouTube for the first time right now. What's up with my man Balagard? What's up, man? What up? What up, man? Yo. If you catching the first time on the podcast, check out the podcast, man. I want to thank everybody for checking me out. I'm gonna try to go live. I'm gonna try to go live 2 to 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Just go live on y'all, man. And what I wanted to do in this joint, I wanted to go and I wanted to get into the Browns breakdown a little more in depth. You know, I was a little excited last night. I was a little more aggressive. I was a little happy about that Browns win. I want y'all to put that in the comment section. You were a little pumped about that 9-3. If you're a little excited about that 9-3, go ahead and give me that coffee. Give me that coffee. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And as you could tell, look, as we do, look, I guess this is the when you're trying to stream to like 3 or 4 or 5 different things at one time. This is the first time I'm doing this. So as I'm looking, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, and Periscope, there's a lot of people on here. So we'll figure out if I do need to, to kind of coddle this down a little bit. If I need to go to like 2 or 3 at one time or just stream to 1 at one, I might be getting a little too greedy because this stream might drop. But you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I'm not using StreamYard. I'm using, what are we using? We doing Restream right now. So if you got any suggestions, let me know. StreamYard is dope. Okay. StreamYard is dope. Okay, I'm getting a lot of suggestions for StreamYard. So I'm trying to do about 3 or 4 at once. If you got any suggestions, if the stream does drop, I do want to do 3 or 4 at once. So it's the first time I'm doing the joint or whatever. So StreamYard is dope from what I'm hearing. Square Table Degenerate Podcast says check into StreamYard. If you haven't got into it, please do that. I might have to do that. I don't even know if where's over my camera? Am I over here? So we'll check that out. Yeah, I use it all the time. Dope. Mayfield 19. Let me tell you what. I don't even know you can hear me. You might just be able to hear my voice right now. I don't even know. You might be able to hear me out there. The stream might have dropped, but let's keep it a buck. Let's get into these Browns real quick. I'm going to tell you what. The Browns might be an elite team. The Cleveland Browns might be an elite team right now, bro. In terms of what the Cleveland Browns is doing, they might not be an elite team from A to B to C to D in terms of it's only on YouTube audio for you. Can't see you on YouTube. Okay, can't see me on YouTube. Nope, can't see me. Audio only, but it's cool. So they cool. They just want to do the audio. What I'll do is, this is an old school radio broadcast. What I'm gonna do is I'll finish this one out. I'll look into it. What up, man? Talking and Grubbing Media. What's good, man? I'll look into it and we'll get the visual squared away. What up? Audio only. Cool. We'll get the visual squared away. But in terms of what we're talking about for the Browns is the Browns might not be the best team A, B, C, D in terms of what they're doing is from player to player to player to player, but when they're cohesively when you put them together, they got synergy, man. They got something special when you put those guys together. And I just look at the defense when you're talking about what up, man? What up, my man? What up, my man? Let me see what we got here. Balagar is in the building. I'm getting a lot of prayers and blessings, man. My man Mike TD is in the building. A lot of cats is in the building right now. But when you're talking about these Browns and when you're talking about what they can do when you put them together collectively, you just look at the defense. And I give Anderson Sadejo a lot of grief, but it's so funny how you talk about you could get a guy and all of the time he's a dude that you talk about and you joke and say, man, he's terrible. He's one of the worst safeties. But let me tell you about this guy though. This guy continuously has not made not a bad play the last 2 weeks. I mean, when you talk about coming into this game, I thought they was going to have a problem with Derrick Henry. I thought they was going to have a problem tackling Derrick Henry. I thought they was going to have a problem tackling A.J. Brown. And then you watch these safeties. Carl Joseph is the backup. Anderson Sadejo, who's the backup. Guys like that, come on, man. These guys are showing up, showing out. When you look at it, it's more than the sum of the parts that they got going on right now. And when I look at it from a standpoint of when you're talking about a situation, when you got, the Cleveland Browns and you're able to continue to keep putting wins together. Think about it like this in terms of this. You got Tom Brady. You got teams out here with these type of offenses that ain't getting wins like this. I watched every single highlight. And it's teams out here that's struggling to move up and down the field and get points on the board. I watched the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Browns, come out and script plays and run plays in a succession that they looked like they practiced and knew they was going to score. See, it's a difference, right? It's a difference. It is a very big difference between thinking you're going to come out here and score and know you're going to score. And the one thing I like about Kevin Stefanski is this. Kevin Stefanski is calling plays, and he's calling these plays with the way he wants to call the game, not the way he thinks he's going to call the game. He's calling plays like, hey, this is the way I want to script the plays. You know, we're not going to come out and just run the ball because we know we got Hunt and Chubb. He came out that game and he said, listen, we're going to throw the ball all over the park. No, OBJ, cool. That's fine. We're going to come out and throw the ball. Hollywood Higgins, we'll throw it to him. We'll throw the ball to who's ever available. We'll scheme a play. We'll max protect and throw it to Peoples-Jones on a double move. I love it, man. I love it. Throwing trick plays in there with the throwback to from Jarvis Landry. It wasn't a big play, but it's just something that you keep other coordinators, from looking at too much ahead of the game. Hey, I throw the ball to Baker. 3 yards. We'll move the chains. We'll throw it to Lamb for a touchdown. Right? Those are things that you can scheme ahead. And 2, 3, 4 weeks down the line, people are saying, hey, when you play Cleveland, You gotta worry about everything. You can't just look at the run. It's just not play action no more with the Cleveland Browns. And that's one of the things I can give to the Cleveland Browns and look around and say, look, they're always adding something to the repertoire. Before, and that's why I can seriously say that they're getting better every single week, right? How many times have we saw Browns football teams where they're not getting better every week? How many times have you can say where teams have not only gotten worse, but they've regressed during the season? They're adding something to the table every single week. Before it was just play action. Oh, here comes play action. But now they're adding things to that. Now we started to see the screen game. How the last couple of weeks they ended the game with the screen game, putting teams away with the screen. Now we're seeing the big runs on the screens. So for me, yeah, they got some different things that you need to work on, and I'm seeing it definitely in the chat, man. Man, what up, man? Jacob Miller, what's up, man? Let's see. What's up, man? Corey Robinson, what's good in here, man? What we got? Let me see. I got my glasses on. B Skrillex, what's up? What's up? What's good, pimpin'? What y'all doing, man? Yeah, sorry about the visuals, man. I'm gonna just rap with y'all real quick. I am gonna get the visuals together. This is the first time I'm just throwing something together. First time I'm going live. We're gonna get this thing together. I'm going to try to go live with y'all, get the audio together, get the visuals together. We can go live with y'all. And what I want to do is I want to get it together where I can get 2 or 3 people from each community, whether that be from the YouTube community, whether that be from the radio shows or radio programs, whether that be from Twitch, whether that be from Facebook, whether that be from any sort of communities that we got. And there's a lot of podcasts and there's a lot of different stuff out here. But one of the things I enjoy doing is I enjoy talking with the people, man. You know what I'm saying? So what we want to do, shout out to StreamYard is perfect for that. Okay. We're going to check that out. Shout out to them. We're going to get into that. But what I want to do is I want to get the people on. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the people on, talk to the people, and have that dialogue. And we'll get on here and we'll talk about that. That's what I want to be predicated on. And we'll get guys on. We'll get you on. The only thing is you got to have Zoom. If you guys got Zoom out there, if you got Skype, if you got something, I want it to be visual. So if you got Zoom, you got Skype, you got something like that, I want it to be interactive. Get yourself together, but definitely want to do something like that. And, I think it's one of the first things, first of its kind in the city. First of its kind in the city where you got people that's interacting outside of the game. You know what I mean? It's cool to interact on the radio, right? Radio's cool. Radio's fine. But where you get the real interaction at, is with the people, right? When you get the interaction with the people and you can talk and you can get really get into the stuff and really talk and have a good time. And that's what I enjoy most. Out of my gig, talking about radio stuff and all this stuff. That's why I got a YouTube page. You got 3.5 minutes to talk to the people and callers on the radio. But when you got a YouTube and you got other different stuff, you can get into the stuff. You could talk about different things, and you don't got to just talk about the Browns. There's a lot of other teams out there. There's a lot of other things. We very rarely get to talk about lots of other things. So that's why. When you see me out here and you see me doing a lot of different other things, if you haven't noticed, I do got the new podcast out there. If you want to check it out, it's on Podbean. I will tweet that out. If you're not following me at gbush91 on Twitter, go ahead and check that out. It's a lot of different stuff that I'm going to be getting on into different topics on that. So just check that out. But there's a lot of other different things that I'll be coming up, and we will be doing that. But what I wanted to do is just come on here, check in with y'all, touch base. Talk about the Browns game a little bit moving forward. But I will say this, I was a little disappointed. They did kind of, Joe Woods got me a little bit. You know me, I tell the truth. I was in my bag a little bit. When them boys came out, when the Titans came out and ran down the field in like 2 plays, I was like, oh, come on, man. Come on, man. What was y'all boys out there doing? Woo! My man Ernie said, need some Cavs talk in the future. Oh, listen, we don't never get a chance to get enough Cavs talk, man. You listen, it's just like, that's a sore subject for me, man. It's almost like, man, it's almost so crazy because like the Cavs for me, it was almost like 2016 happened. We got the championship. LeBron left, and it was like death. Like it just never happened. Like it was just like a bomb came through, dropped the bomb on everything, and it was a wrap. Like it was like, you can't talk Cavs, you can't talk. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's rough. You know, I think the Cavs, you know, we got kind of spoiled a little bit. We got the number 1 pick for about 5-6 years in a row, it seemed like. And then we kind of got, we got that number 5 curse. We weren't even in the top 3. We like, listen, if we would have got Luka the 1 year, we'd have been good. Nope. Number 5. We'd have got, you know, we could have got Trae Young that one. Nope. Number 8. So we're going to see what they're going to talk about, man. It's rough with basketball. You know how it is. It's rough, man. Ain't nobody, you're right, Ernie, ain't nobody talking Cavs, man. Hey, man. Oh, yeah, G. Bush, if you're not below your super chat, people can donate to you right on your super chat. Hey, man, I salute, man. You know what it be sometime, though? I'm going to be honest with you, man, for real. I'll be like, sometimes I'll be thinking about it, too. And sometimes when I came in, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I came in a little bit when I came into the game. Like, I just wanted to come in and talk sports, man. Like, I never really wanted to. I really wasn't never into this part of the game for money. Like, so a lot of people don't know. Like, I got a decent job. You know what I'm saying? I got a good job. Like, you know, I work a lot. I work, 7 days a week when I'm doing this other stuff. But I really wanted to come in and I really wanted to establish myself as a person that was about like the truth and morals and integrity. And like, I was really about like hustling and getting in the game. Like, cause sometimes I felt like when I was here in the beginning and before I got into the sports game, I was looking around and no disrespect to nobody else. I would be like, man, you can't tell me they really believe that. They really believe that. Like there would be guys that would really, you really believe what you just said? And sometimes I would feel like money is such a big part of why people say certain things and why people act a certain way. And so I'm getting to the point where I finally came around. You know, my dad used to always say, he was like, man, you put so much money into this stuff. Like, you should do this and, you're going to monetize this. And I'm like, look, man, like I just, I'm in it because I enjoy it. I'm in it because, like I always say, man, one of my biggest mentors ever is the BSK, because to me, he was one of the best to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? And plus he was one of the, the first African Americans to ever really be in the industry that I knew. It was him and Ronnie Duncan. And I had an opportunity to actually know both of them. So it was just like, in the future, I'll start doing that too. But, I just always want to let people know I ain't in it just for the money or just to do it. I just do it for the heart of it, just to do it. And, I work on the radio, but I still be on YouTube just doing extra. Ronnie Duncan, shout out to my mans right there too. We got to talk Indians too, man. Indians is a big joint for me too, man, because, thinking about it like this, man, like 95, think about this. Think about in 95. The Indians, my grandmother and my mom, the Indians in 95 was the biggest thing in the world. Like I still got baseball cards with Albert Bell and Kenny Lofton and Baerga and Tomey and Ramirez and Paul Sereno and even the second wave of Richie Sexton and you talk about all of them dudes, bro. Like that's like we used to watch. My mom, when Sports Time all of them came out, we was watching probably 100 games a year. Like, no doubt. Like, still big Indians fans. She gonna take a huge hit when Lindor leave. So they just all around big fans too. I think in general, there just needs to be more. Like, sometimes I wish the city was more like, other teams, other places. Like in New York, you could talk baseball. You're some people you can spark up a conversation and be like, yo, let's talk Mets right now. That's Brian Giles. Oh, that's a name. That's a name, bro. Brian Giles, you got to think. Brian Giles hit about 40 home runs, bro. He hit about 40 home runs, bro. Man, that's crazy, man. Back in towns like St. Louis, towns like New York, you could talk baseball. You can get a baseball conversation right now. You can turn on somewhere else, be talking baseball right now. They talking about the third reliever on a AA team, on a farm team, right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I love about sports, though. Really, that's the best part about sports is you get guys that's in that mix. You get guys that's just part of that's really into it. But I'll tell people like this all the time, and I'm gonna probably do one day I'm gonna probably do a documentary. I want to do a documentary about this, but you know how everybody got a plan to do something. I'm in the making to do. YouTube has changed so much. Sometimes you can't even find content for some guys. You're right, man. I'll tell you about this, and this is why I feel so passionate about the Browns. And sometimes, I be saying this to people, and people be thinking I be lying. The Browns is America's team. That's why I get so angry. Sometimes people be like, man, why you be going back and forth with people all the time, G. Bush? Like, you need to chill out. Why you be angry? Like, why you people be playing with you, man. You be just doing too much. And I'm like, listen, man, let me tell you this. The Browns is America's team. And I'm going to tell you why the Browns is America's team. Like, you don't understand it. Like, Dallas is cool. The 49ers is cool. The Giants is cool. The Bears is cool. Packers is dope. The Chiefs, shout out to the Chiefs. Like, they really up there in the top 5 as far as how they do it, right? But listen, there ain't nobody that do it like the Browns do it. And the reason is, like, let me tell you this. The Browns been terrible for 40 years, 40, 50 years. But let me tell you this. The Browns got a following all over this planet, all over the world, all over the world. You wear a Browns t-shirt, you can go to anywhere in the world, and it's somebody that'll say, oh, you a Browns fan? And walk up to you. Walk up to you and shake your hand. You'll go to a bar, they'll buy you a beer. Walk up to you and be like, hey, brother, let me buy you a beer. Man, bro, you listen, it don't get no better than that. I met people on the internet. So my fiance is from the Philippines, right? Like, there was a K-1 visa. I'm doing the K-1 visa. She got, like, going through a whole litigation. So there was a guy in Brazil. He says, man, hey, I just want to say, I like listening to your show because you know what? I'm a Browns backer. In Brazil, I said, yo, I didn't even know there was people that watch no football in Brazil at all. Man, I said, listen, if the Browns ever win the Super Bowl, you got to understand something. They gonna party all over this country. Like, it's like That Prince song like it's 1999. He was talking about when the Browns won the Super Bowl. He wasn't talking about Y2K or nothing. They was talking about the Browns, man. They were talking about the Browns winning the Super Bowl, man. There's people all over this place, man, that if you talk about the Browns, my man, listen, he said there's a chapter in Ghana, West Africa that was started by a missionary in a while back. Facts. How many of y'all, like you could put in the chat, how many of y'all in the chat know somebody who either has somebody who's elderly, who was elderly and was a Browns fan that you may have known that watched the Browns every single week in that chair, or knew somebody that was got a family member that they was watched the Browns religiously, or somebody who passed away that you would think if the Browns win the Super Bowl, they would be the first person that you would want to call and say, "Can you believe that the Browns won?" Man, come on. Like I'd be emotional. Like, because I would want, my dad, he ain't, he's, in his later 60s, but I'd want to call him like, yo, like, man, that's crazy. Can you believe? Heck, my grandmother was a huge LeBron fan. She almost cried when the Cavs won the championship. Man, John Bush, shout out, man. Shout out. Yup. So that's what I mean by when I say, the Browns are more than they're more than just a football team. My Uncle Vince, shout out to what is that? I got my glasses on. Let's see. Colbster 23. My Uncle Vince saw the 1964 championship game in the old stadium. Football roots is deep. Grandfather, yeah. Listen, when you see him, when you get an opportunity, when you understand is, there's a guy from Iceland. He follows me on Twitter, and that's people all around the world. And I'll say it, Browns win, they'll have a parade in England, and there's a backer. Shout out to the Honolulu Browns backers in Hawaii. Shout out to them. And shout out to everybody who's sitting there hanging out. I mean, I was just testing out like a meme. Like I was just really hanging out here testing to see if my camera would work. Obviously, it didn't work, and at least my audio works. But there's probably 33 people hanging on just hear me tell them random stories about the Browns. So that just goes to show you I'm not that cool. But the Browns are they're an institution. They're an institution. So shout out to them. So but 9-3 this year. What's up, man? Mike Big Baby Brown, what's good, man? Scott, what up, man? I'll tell you what, man. Browns are looking good this year. There's one thing I do know. Kevin Stefanski he's a solid coach, man. And you know what? I want to give you all my topics. See how y'all be doing me? You know how I'll be talking. I just be talking too much. And you get all my stories. Carl Pryor, what's up, man? Man. He said, G. Bush, go Browns. Wish my Bears were there with y'all. Hey, come on, man. May, Monsters in the Midway. Come on, man. You got two of the best backers that ever touched down. Come on, man. One of the best defenses ever. Listen, and you broke Tecmo Bowl. You broke Tecmo Bowl for everybody. Man, Adam, what's up, man? I will say this, though, too. Stefanski is a solid coach. I think we got a coach that's going to be here for as long as he wants to be here. And I will say this about Baker Mayfield. I'm going to say this and leave. I'm going to save this and leave this for him. I want to say one thing about Baker Mayfield. He embodies a lot of what Cleveland is about. He embodies a lot of what people in Cleveland are about. And people always say, well, man, why is Baker Mayfield so polarizing? I'm saying he's not really polarizing. He's just, he don't give up. And one thing about him is you can, when you watched him that first year and you watched him throw the football, you're like, man, the Browns got a quarterback. There's nobody in the city who would ever say that the Browns didn't have a quarterback that first year. He had a rough one last year. But one thing, he has come and he's progressed throughout this year, right? And the one thing I will say is this. When Baker Mayfield is playing and he's on and he's hitting and he's throwing the football like he's throwing, there is an energy level that you really can't do nothing about, man. It's just something to it. You can't stop it, bro. You just gotta accept that. When he's hitting, there's something about it. And I can understand that. I played on teams where there's guys who got it and guys who don't, right? And there's just something about the people who got it and somebody who just don't got it. I've played with guys who got the intangibles, the 6'5" blue chip players. Oh, he comes from the blue blood families. Yeah. And so what, bro? And that don't help all the time. Bro. Yeah, that game yesterday, it was the first game I had saw where it was a game where I said, man, the Tennessee Titans are good. I had watched them 4 or 5 times before, and it was the first time I seen the Cleveland Browns come into a game and say, so what? So what, you're good. Everything they tried worked. Everything they threw out there looked like it was the best play they ever saw, and they played with an intensity, a swagger, a feel, an attitude. And for the first time, I said, wow, the Cleveland Browns actually came out there and beat the brakes off somebody and put them to sleep in the first half. And I said, okay, the Cleveland Browns might be somebody this year. The key is, let's see if we can go ahead. And let's do that again tomorrow. Let's go ahead and do that. Can we get that same effort next week? We got the Ravens coming up. I'm going to save a little something for that. I'm actually going to record a video for the Ravens, man. I'm going to record something for the Ravens. But I want to thank y'all for sticking with me. I don't know how long I've been on here, but I do want to thank every one of y'all for hanging on with me this long. I do want to do a live stream, and hopefully next time my camera may work. But I do appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. If you have not, follow me on Twitter at gbush91. And please, follow me and check out the podcast. The podcast is it's on Podbean. I will put that on my Twitter. It's so short. I don't even know. And I do have a Twitch. It's so crazy, man. So yeah, man. But I do appreciate you guys. And I will be back soon. So thank you. Have a good holiday, and I will see you soon.